habits. We all have habits and we all have to live with them. Regardless of whether it's good or bad, they're little actions that help further ourselves into a result, whether it's positive or negative. If you're someone that's habitually irresponsible, chances are you'll get into trouble more often than others who make it a habit to think things through first. This is Intelligentsia, your life advice for practical and financial goals. What we want to talk about today are habits that can help you out in becoming wealthy. So let's get to it. Think of yourself as a snowball that gets bigger every time you do something. The thing is, no matter what you do, there's always an equal reaction to it. You eat more than enough, you store those extra calories as fat. You eat less, you burn off some of those excess calories because you're in a deficit. Little things that build up over time affect the outcome of what's to happen. As a result, it's important to take note of habits that help you get to where you need to be and habits that can potentially land you in trouble. For the purposes of our video, we'd like to cover some habits that you can practice in order to be more financially free. Let's start off with budgeting and why it's important. Think of it like this. You have a limited supply of money, but you somehow spend it all without knowing why, and you're left wondering how it all happened. Well, for one, it's avoidable, but you have to know where your money goes and how much money goes into your accounts. You do this by budgeting. Budgeting helps you plan and use your money wisely for things that are important. It shows you how much you're spending on important things like utility bills, groceries, and savings. Well, that sounds a little dry in terms of habits. It also shows you how much you can spend on luxury so that you'll be able to afford nice things for yourself, provided they're within reason. You won't be able to have enough money for everything, but knowing where you need to cut back helps out a lot. But knowing is only half of the way there. You also have to do something about the things that you should cut back on. Which brings us to our next point, which is to live within your means. You probably heard of this before, but if you're someone that spends as much as your income, you're not wealthy. You just have a higher standard of living. There's nothing wrong with wanting nice things in life. The desire to provide for yourself and to be able to buy the nice things that make you happy is one of the many driving forces as to why people would like to be financially free. But if you're unable to control your spending and you're almost always left with nothing afterwards, then maybe it's time to reevaluate your priorities and know where to cut back. We're assuming you already know how to budget, but where do you go from there? Well, once you figure out where you're spending heavily, assess your priorities and know where you'd want to start cutting back on. Perhaps you eat a lot of takeout and you end up stocking more groceries than you need because of it. Well, something's gotta go because if you try to have it both, you'll be wasting food. But because you have limited resources, you need to really understand what you need in order to survive and become financially free. Money comes and goes, and because of this, you have to know how much money goes into your accounts from budgeting and knowing where to properly allocate it. If you spend less than you earn, you can save money for emergencies or fun things you really want. Similarly, if you spend too much and struggle to make ends meet, it's stressful. Living below your means reduces stress because you're in control of your spending. If you save money instead of spending it all, you'll have more for big things in the future like a cool vacation, a new gadget, or even buying a house. Also, having savings helps you face unexpected expenses like car repairs or medical bills without going into debt. Plus, you also have the peace of mind knowing that whatever you're doing, you'll still have money left to spend at a later date. All these benefits just by living below your means. In summary, living below your means is essentially living your life with a surplus in income. It allows you to always have enough and to enjoy your financial life as it is. Which brings us to our next habit, which is to sleep on big money decisions. Listen, if you're someone that gets the opportunity to invest your money heavily into something, it's important to note that you need time to think. You're dealing with important matters, and if it's something that you want done right, then taking your time to know how to do so is essential. Clearer thinking is important. Making big money decisions while tired, stressed, or flustered oftentimes lead to bad decisions that bite you in the ass further down the line. Avoiding regrets is also an important thing that comes with sleeping on big money decisions. If you've considered a decision from all angles, it's hard to regret making a choice. You know you've scrutinized the situation and you know that what you've thought about is the right thing. Reducing your impulse decisions also helps you become more level-headed in all things, not just finances. In short, it gives you a chance to think, reflect, and ensure you're making a wise choice with your money. Which brings us to our next point, which is to talk to your spouse about financial decisions. When you talk to people, you're almost always looking for their input into something. Well, the first people we'd advise you to talk to are financial advisors. They're not as personable as the people you already know, and who would know you best apart from your partner. You know you're building a life with somebody, so why not talk to someone that's transparent with you and who you trust? It's not just financial benefits that you gain from doing this, but you also improve your relationship. It builds trust and, in turn, helps you be more financially aware of your situation. It also allows both of you to pool resources into a shared goal. Maybe you'd like to purchase a house, and the best possible person to help you out with that is your spouse. Generally, your spouse is also the person whose goals are aligned with you, whether it's saving up for a vacation or your kid's education. These things are important to talk about in order to avoid potential problems in the future. You'll want to get a head start before problems start arising. In short, talking to your spouse about financial decisions helps bring you closer, avoids messes, and creates a wonderful bond between you two. Which brings us to our final point, which is to invest consistently. Now, this is definitely something that people should do as soon as they can. Why? Because there's a myriad of options in which you can start putting your money to work. The thing here is that you're investing your money in hopes of getting a return on your investment. Generally, most people's expectations are to gain more than their initial capital over time, be it through capital gains or through dividends for stocks or interest payments for bonds. It's not limited to those two, however, because there's still a lot of different asset classes that you may be potentially more interested in. You're growing your money, you're protecting yourself from inflation, you'll be able to achieve your financial goals quicker, and you'll be more prepared for emergencies. Think about it like this: you're putting your money to work instead of yourself. It has good yields over time, and you can even sell it for a higher price than when you first bought it. It does take time, and investing requires a lot of patience for it to pay off, but building the habit helps you get used to it. Think of it like growing a garden, and the more you tend to it, the more it gives you. Perhaps you expected flowers or fruits. They all depend on what you invested on and your financial goals. That said, those are just a few habits you can start with and build a good and solid foundation on. If you enjoyed this video and found us helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. We'd like to be able to grow alongside you and welcome to have you in our next video. Stay mentally healthy, and let's get financially ahead together.